Hi, welcome to Kimono Therapy Rituals to Process Life. My name is Christina. I'm a psychotherapist and a Reiki practitioner, and I've been assisting clients on their healing journey for over 2 decades now. So thank you for tuning in. I truly appreciate you. In this week's message, I want to share how letting go can transform your life. And this is going to be a powerful guide on how to heal and thrive. So if you don't know much about me, if you are new, I went to school quite a few years ago for psychotherapy, and I had to do 100 hours of my own therapy, and there were things that I didn't think I needed to let go of, but I discovered during my journey that there were things that I needed to let go of, and I wasn't quite sure how to do it, but my therapist actually assisted me on that journey. Now, what I have found in this day and age and with our economy is there are a lot of people that cannot afford to go out and do therapy but want to heal and grow. So these messages that I'm sharing, if you were to even look back on my few previous messages, my videos, you would see that I am sharing tools and rituals to assist you on your healing journey. So if you're watching, that's probably likely why you are watching, because you want to heal, grow, move forward in your life, and become the best version of yourself that you possibly can. So how do we let go? I know some people's like, oh, just let it go. It's easier said than done, right? No, it's not. I learned what is called CBT, and I guide my clients through this process when they come and see me, and that is cognitive behavioral therapy. And I'm sure you've seen it online or watched other videos. But what I want to share with you is the steps that you can take to begin letting go. And I'm going to use this particular example that if you are in a relationship and your partner hurt you and you're having difficulty trusting that person, or that relationship has dissolved, and you're noticing that you're having trust issues in future relationships, here's what we end up doing with cognitive behavioral therapy. We end up reframing our thoughts. So the first thing that you want to do is obviously acknowledge the negative thought that you're having. So you want to take a couple of deep breaths. Think about the hurt that was caused towards you, and then write down the specific behavior that created that hurt. So as an example, my partner hurt me, so I'll never be able to trust anyone again. Just because that one particular person hurt you, I've experienced this in previous relationships. Even before I got into therapy, I'm like, I can never trust anybody again. Well, we need to reframe that, because there are millions of people on this planet and not every single person is going to hurt us. So we want to identify that negative thought. If you need to write this down, grab a pen and paper, pause the video, or save it so you can go back and do these steps on your own. The second thing that you want to do is you want to examine the evidence, okay? So you have to challenge the thought by asking yourself, what evidence do I have to support this thought? So my partner broke my trust by lying to me. Let's use that as an example, because we're using this about trust in a relationship. And you want to ask yourself, what evidence do I have that challenges this thought? So if the person, your partner, your previous partner in the relationship actually did lie to you and hurt you, and you feel like you can't trust anybody, you've got some evidence there. But now what you need to do is you need to give yourself an example by saying, not everyone I've trusted has hurt me. If you go back and look at the evidence, have you been in previous relationships where those people didn't hurt you? Because if that's the case, you need to acknowledge to yourself that you have had positive relationships in the past. You also want to ask yourself, had that partner shown love in that relationship towards me? So you can singularize, what this wasn't a constant trust issue. This wasn't a constant lie. It could have been one particular instance or circumstance. So take a moment to write your answers down. And then the third thing that you want to do is you want to reframe your thought. So you want to replace the negative thought with a positive one. And you can ask yourself, what is a healthier, more empowering way of looking at this situation? Or this one is very powerful. What would I tell a friend going through the same experience? Because we can take ourselves objectively out of the situation. And if that were a friend talking to you about what they experienced, what would your advice be? So reframing is cognitive behavioral therapy. And if you feel like, as an example, everybody's going to lie to me, that is not the case. We need to reframe it. So here's how you can reframe it. Example, my partner hurt me and that was painful, but that doesn't mean I can't trust anyone else. I've learned from this experience and I'll take time to heal and rebuild trust slowly in future relationships. And then what you need to do is you need to practice the art of letting go. And letting go is an art. It is a discipline. It's not something that happens overnight. It takes time. So you want to take a moment to close your eyes, deep breathe, imagine yourself releasing that weight or releasing it. Some people will even write down the hurt, reframe it, do this somewhere safe, burn it to let it go. And then the last thing that you want to do is you want to take action. You want to write down one small step that you can take to support your healing process. So it could be a personal action, like actually setting a boundary. So you want to take a moment to acknowledge what was the trust issue. How can I set a healthy boundary around that? Practice self-care and seek support from your friends and family. So I'll give you an example. I will take time to focus on myself, rediscover my own interests, and gradually rebuild trust in the future by setting healthy boundaries. And this exercise will guide you to reframing negative beliefs that arise from painful previous relationships. Now, I'm just using that one as an example. But if there is something else that you feel like you need to let go of, you can process these steps on your own, whether it be, let's say, healing from an abusive relationship with a parental figure, or something that may have happened at work that hurt you. Something that has hurt you, you want to reframe it. This is called cognitive behavioral therapy. We can get a thought and we can run with it. So like if someone has hurt us, everybody's going to do it. That's not true. That's not the case. So quickly recap for cognitive behavioral therapy to do on your own. Number 1, identify the negative thought. Number 2, examine the evidence. Number 3, reframe the thought. Number 4, practice letting go. Number 5, take action. I would love if you would take a moment to put in the comments below what you may currently be going through, because as a community, I want us all to connect more, make comments, reach out to one another and support one another, because quite honestly, Kimona Therapy, this to me is a family, and I am blessed for all of you that have subscribed. We're up to 159 subscribers. All right, so thank you for taking the time to tune in to this week's message. Hit the notification button so you will continually receive tools and messages, rituals to process life on your healing journey. All right, let's take a moment. I'll see you next week. Namaste. Much love. Bye.